that correct? Those results in just a little bit.
Millions have kept their jobs, but have seen their hours and paychecks reduced, barely hanging on as well. There is real pain overwhelming the real economy.
You know, dealing with the overall economy, it's a tough situation because it's not a one-size-fits-all world.
Last night, President-elect Joe Biden laying out his economic plan and his plan to deal with the coronavirus. Not everyone, though, is in agreement that his plan is going to be good for the economy in the long run.
Bigger stimulus checks, more loans for small businesses, aid for unemployed, and even help for people facing eviction.
Yeah, those are just some of the topics outlined in the president-elect's $1.9 trillion economic plan. Fort Wayne's NBC reporter Carly Van Cleve talked with a professor in the Ford about what the plan means going forward. Carly?
I talked with a Purdue Fort Wayne economics professor today about what this plan means. She says government assistance like the PPP loans and more stimulus checks, as outlined in Biden's plan, will boost our economy.
That will tackle the pandemic and get direct financial assistance and relief to Americans who need it the most.
Bigger stimulus checks and more small business loans. Just two parts of President-elect Joe Biden's economic plan.
Money quickly into the pockets of millions of Americans who will spend it immediately on food and rent and other basic needs.
He says it's to give thousands of Americans COVID-19 relief and boost our economy.
We need to be ready for when we're out of this pandemic.
I talked with Heather Tierney, an economics professor at Purdue Fort Wayne, to take a closer look on the plan. She says in order to boost our economy, we have to focus on the service industry.
That if people are earning, then they can consume. You know, we're very much a consumer-driven economy.
The plan calls for more Paycheck Protection Program loans for small businesses and even more aid to add.
It's important to support your local community because we do get goods and services from them.
But Tierney says to boost our economy, not just businesses need financial help. Consumers have to be able to spend money as well.
Consumer willingness needs to be there. Otherwise, then businesses are not going to stay open.
She says that money can then stimulate our economy and help us get out of this pandemic.
And once the pandemic is more under control and the economy gets back to normal, we can grow our economy faster.
Biden's economic plan also calls for raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Many disagreeing with this. Congressman Jim Bakes tweeting, quote, "By some estimates, half of American restaurants are already set to shut down permanently. How are the other half supposed to survive a massive minimum wage hike while dealing with COVID restrictions?" Joe Biden's rescue plan would doom small businesses.
All right, thank you, Carly.